I don't think I can hear you. Well, I have a few people coming in. Let me let them in. It's like, all right. I think we got everybody, and I can hear Stacy now. Cool.
Yes. Hi.
Hi. All right. Well, this is kind of like an office hours of like any questions that you have or topics that you want to cover around movement. I am to your disposal. So whoever would like to start.
Maritza, I guess I'll go. I just had a specific question. I saw that you updated my workouts in my program, which I appreciate. Thanks for doing that. On the Marco Polo, you had a couple of questions for me with my goal around the hiking trip, which is 4 months from now. It starts basically the beginning of September, last couple of days of August. So you asked if I had access to a stair climber, which I do when I'm at home. So if you had something in mind in that regard, I'd be happy to get it.
Okay.
Yeah. And then, what was the other thing I wanted to ask? If you think, because I can jog now, I got released by my doctor. So I didn't know, I saw that the treadmill workout was still the incline, and I definitely increased the intensity. And I saw that you increased the number of minutes and all that stuff. So it was much harder today. And that's fine, but I didn't know if jogging could or should be a part of that, or I might just do it on my own here and there. So that was another question that I had.
Okay. Well, during your hike specifically, I mean, you're not going to be jogging. So you're going to be walking and hiking and doing like bigger steps just for a long period of time. If you want to do jogging for like more cardio intensity, then we could definitely do that. Add that in. I'm like trying to, let me see if I can pull up your program, because I do walking at an incline on the treadmill, which will be helpful. We can add in the stair climber. So that will kind of give the distance that you need. And for the other, I think I have another treadmill workout in there for you.
It's not in there anymore.
Okay. But would you prefer to jog on the treadmill or go outside for a run?
Probably more likely to do it on the treadmill, just because that's just with my work situation, it's easier access that way. So yeah, and I didn't mean it necessarily as part of the hiking training, but I just like to do a little bit of it for a little bit higher cardio. Yeah.
Perfect. Yeah, we could definitely add that in. I'll add in a workout that has more of like a cardio zone 5, I guess is what it's called. There's like different zones of like where you get your heart rate up to. So we could definitely work on that and throw that in.
Okay, cool. And you had asked about my average steps per day, and I'm doing about 11 or 12 on average.
Okay.
And then I thought you had one more question, and now I'm spacing on what it was. Oh, one other thing I wanted to ask. You had a bands workout in there that I could do in my hotel room. And it was just in there a couple of days ago. And I think maybe it accidentally got dropped out, but I really liked it. It was good and challenging. So if you wouldn't mind throwing that back in, I'd appreciate it.
Definitely, I can do that.
Cool.
And then how is everything else feeling, like strength-wise and just your legs, core?
Yeah, I need to, the leg strength that I was building and doing really well, I've lost that a little bit, not surprisingly. And I just did the free weights workout that you put in my program today, and that was good. I definitely have room to improve on that. The incline, and I did the treadmill incline workout, and like I said, I upped that quite a bit today, and it was more challenging for sure. So that was good. And I definitely see the benefit in that for the hiking training. So that's good. I didn't look at the other things that you put in there yet, but I'm sure they're awesome. So I appreciate it.
Okay, great. Yeah, you're welcome. Yeah, just continue to build, and like week by week, if you can, increasing the weights And I think that'll be really helpful. But all the movements that I have in there leg wise, if anything, I might be able to add, because I know the first part of your program was very leg focused. So we could probably add in a little bit more legs, just to really make sure that your core, your hips, and your legs are really strong for that hike, and just maintaining your
Okay.
endurance throughout it.
Yeah.
Will you be able to plan like longer hikes leading up to it?
Yeah, for sure. And that was the other question you asked, was about how long are my hikes at this point. And while they're not very regular, when we go, it's upwards, it's 5 miles ish. I feel like I could go out and do 7 ish, now, but the difference will be that we're doing that like 8 days in a row. So I want to get to the point where I'm not, dreading getting up in the morning, and I'm actually enjoying it. So it's, while the distance itself is not intimidating to me, it's the doing it for, that many days in a row.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. How easy is it for you to get 10 to 12K right now?
Definitely easy on my work days because I can do laps around the terminal.
Well,
And
how much effort are you having to put in to get 10 to 12K, like on a scale to 1 to 10?
um probably like a 7. And it's more about the time restriction, not about the difficulty. Yeah.
Okay. And when you're not working?
It would be easy. Like, here's the thing, like, it's hard for me to do, like, say, an elliptical workout and a strength training workout in the gym, and that takes me an hour, right? And then go and do, like, spend another 45 minutes or whatever it would be to get 10,000 steps. So that it's more of a time restriction. I don't know if that answers your question.
It does. Yeah. I guess I'm just trying to see, like, and that's why it's not like an effort. Like, you can physically do more if you had the time to do it.
Yeah.
But just wanted to see how much flexibility you have in your time to be able to well, do you want to push that a little bit higher? But I think having a good balance of 10 to 12K, maybe 3 to 4 times a week, and then really making sure that you're feeling strong, you're working on your endurance and cardio. I think within the next couple of months, within the next 2 months, I think you should be able to see a difference just with the consistency that you have with your workouts. And then at that 2 month mark, we can like really adjust and see if we need to even take it up a notch more. And you're like, yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Well, I have 13,000 as a goal on my Fitbit, so I can try harder to get to that and maybe even set the goal a little bit higher. So, yeah. Okay.
No, I think it's good where it's at. I don't want to push it too much more than that. So if you're pretty consistent, that's great. And I think just really focusing more on the strength, core, and cardio when we can will make a big
Okay.
difference. Yeah.
Okay. Well, thanks a lot for your help. I appreciate it.
Yeah, of course. You're welcome. You're welcome to stay on the call if you'd like, just to hear other people's input, or if anything else comes up.
Okay. Thanks.
Yeah, you're welcome. Let's see. Hi, Crystal. Hi, Galena. Am I saying that right? Galena? I'm not sure. Sorry. I am.
Hello,
Hi.
this is Crystal. I just wanted to let you know I'm super new, just started like yesterday, and
Oh,
I'm driving, so I'm gonna mute myself again. I just wanted to jump on the call to see how it was.
okay, great. Well, hopefully just hearing about some other people's journeys and what they're working on for movement right now is helpful to you. And if you have any specific questions for yourself in regards to movement, I'm happy to answer any questions you have.
Great, thank you very much.
You're welcome.
Hi, it's Galena. I don't have anything in particular to add or ask any questions about. I was just hopping on just to see what I can do to maintain some consistency. Just wanted to hear some other feedback. and I'm fairly new. I started in February.
Awesome. Okay, welcome. So consistency with working out. What would you say are some of like your biggest challenges or obstacles right now?
Me,
Me.
to be honest, me.
Okay.
Just me, staying motivated. I was motivated, and then I got I had some physical problems, and then I got ill, and I couldn't. Well, I had started walking, and so I'm just trying to get motivated, basically. But
Yeah. Um,
nothing
well,
significant.
challenge you a little bit here to really dig deeper into that. When you say it's me, I don't feel motivated. Um, a lot of us tend to have like resistance, right? We know that we should be working out, but we don't really want to work out. We don't feel ready, like we don't want to. But what is that thing? There's more to it. Is it that you don't want to go out for a run? Is it that you don't like your workout program? Is it that you don't want to put on, excuse me, you don't want to put on your workout clothes? Is it like, let's dig deeper into that. What is it that you're really feeling resistance towards, that you're like, I don't really feel like working out today?
Um, Nothing I can pinpoint, just motivation. Just you know how you do something, and then when you stop, it's just hard to get reacclimated. And
Mm-hmm.
that's where I've been. So I haven't been consistent. So I'm just trying to learn to be more consistent and get out of my own way. Like I said, it's really me. I have no obstacles. There is nothing that I can say that prohibits me from doing it. It's just doing it.
Yeah. Okay. Um, definitely. I think you hit a couple of things there where you stopped. So it's hard to get going again, right? So I'm sure we've all heard the saying like that in motion stays in motion.
Uh-huh.
And the hardest part is to get started. There's kind of this metaphor or analogy where getting started is kind of like trying to move this big boulder rock. And at first, when you're trying to move this rock because it's just stagnant, it hasn't moved in a really long time. So you're trying to get it rolling, and it's really, really, really hard. But once you get a little momentum going, once you get it to just move the slightest bit, all of a sudden it's easier to keep that big boulder rolling. So the tip here is basically is to just start and start taking action. And it maybe you have to break it down to like the smallest piece to make it doable for you.
Uh-huh.
Maybe putting on your workout, like an hour-long workout, is not going to be the thing to get you started. And that really depends on, like, we're focusing now on, instead of what are some obstacles in the way, now we want to look at what are some things that can make working out easier for you. How can we make it more enjoyable? Is it having a workout buddy? Is it having a class that you go to where you have a physical coach or trainer in front of you, so you can't really like just stop working out, or you have something, you have accountability built in.
Right.
Or maybe it's like, well, I just don't have the time to commit to an hour, but you know what, I can do 10 squats today, and that's like your starting point.
Right. So yeah. Just,
So where do you fall and all of that?
I'm not sure. I can't, other than just, getting remotivated. I'm not sure that I can say it's one thing in particular. That it's I don't know how to describe it. It's just one of those things, you fall off the wagon, it's just hard to get back on. I guess that's the easiest way to put it.
Yeah.
And like I said, there's really not any obstacles that's hindering me from doing it. It's just a matter of doing it, if that makes sense.
Yeah. So what is your plan right now? What is like, what would your goal be? What would
Well,
do
my
it?
goal is to, like I said, I just started. So my goal is to, I have the strength training. So I think my goal for that is 3 times a week. And my other goal is to walk at least 30 minutes, 6 times a week. So it's like they're not difficult goals. It's just a matter of getting my mindset to the point that, okay, I'm ready to dive back into this again.
Mm-hmm. And is there one that you feel more inclined to doing for the time being? Like, is it like, so right now you have those goals, but you haven't started either one of them, correct?
I started the walking and then I sprained my ankle, so I couldn't walk for a little bit. And then I started back walking, and then I had another health issue, so I couldn't walk up until this week. And I hadn't started the strength training. So I did walk last night, but just, really being consistent with activity.
Okay. Um, because of, and how did walking feel now that you're back into it?
Oh, it's fine. Yeah, once I commit to do it. And like I said, if I don't go outside, I was using my treadmill. And
Mhm.
now it's, just really trying to get back in the swing of things.
Okay.
And
I
that's
mean,
why I said but that's why when you said what's getting in the way, and I said me, that's what I mean by, I'm getting out of my own way.
we all struggle with that. We all have the internal struggle of like, I don't want to, or it would be much better to just sit on the couch and relax for a little bit. So, and I know you kept saying like you want to be more consistent. And I think like trying to create that consistency for yourself means that we have to be a little bit more flexible. So it might not look the way that you want it to look. So you might not be able to hit that 30-minute walk for the day. But what if you can just do like a 10-minute walk? That would be better than not doing anything. So really also being observant of like, is our brain wanting to go into all or nothing? Like if I can't do the 30-minute walk today, then I might as well just not even do 10.
I can do that, but it's like once I get out there, I'm good. It's just getting that push to get out there. But once I'm out there, I'm fine. But
Yeah.
it's just
Yeah.
getting out of the house.
Yeah. And I think that's where like we kind of have to trick ourselves into getting out of the house, right?
Mm-hmm.
Tell ourselves like, well, and that's why like if we can break it down into a super small piece, so maybe we're not even saying I'm going to go work out, it's I'm going to go put my shoes on. And by the time you put your shoes on, you're like, well, okay, now I'm going to go out for a 5-minute walk. Then you're doing a 5-minute walk and then you're like, I can do 30. And then all of a sudden you completed it, right?
Mm-hmm.
So that could be something where maybe you just break it down to something super small to like get off the couch. I think I was talking to another client where same thing. We're just like battling and saying, I could. And instead of having that thought process in your head, just do like I think her name is Mel Robbins, where you just count down from 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And you just
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
go do it. Don't even think about it. Just
Right.
go do it.
Yeah, I did see that. She was good with that. Yeah.
Mhm.
Mm-hmm. That
Um,
was insightful.
yeah. And then also find ways to make it more enjoyable. So can you call a friend? Can you listen to a podcast?
Mhm.
Is it make it enjoyable, be flexible with your plan. It might not look exactly what like is set out in your app or in your trainer eyes as far as goals, but even if you're just doing like maybe you switch it up and you're like, you know what, I don't feel like going for a walk or doing strength training, but I can put on a yoga YouTube video and follow that for a couple of minutes. And I think what's also really important is like if you're setting up goals for the week and you're setting intentions of like, you know what, I'm going to have a good week, I'm going to hit, do my workouts and get my walks in. When you're doing that, also try to anticipate what could go wrong, what could be some obstacles that could come up for you that week. Is it, I might be really tired from work one day. It might be raining one day and I'm not going to be able to go out for a run. And that way you're able to also plan for that and come up with like the plan B or C so that you're able to maintain your consistency with your movement for the week.
Mhm. Mhm. Okay.
But because no week is going to be perfect and there's always going to be things that come up for us and sometimes we can't anticipate everything. And I also wanted to add like taking almost, we can get caught up also in the week to week of like hitting 4 workouts every week. But if we look at it in the month, so 12 workouts and you were able to complete 9 out of the 12 for the month, I think that helps our brains also feel like we're more consistent. I don't know if that makes sense. Oh, I think you're muted. But I guess just taking a look out of the bigger picture, so that our brain doesn't like hone in on like the small details of we didn't work out that one day, whereas in reality, you have been working out pretty consistently for the month.
Yeah, that makes sense to look at it as a bigger picture as opposed to week by week, but looking at it as that makes sense. So, but
Great.
like I said, once I, just getting started. So you have given me some food for thought, and I have been, talking to my coach, and so I have some other, some thoughts that she's been helping me with as well.
Okay, good.
So
Awesome.
thank you so much.
You're welcome.
Look like we're the only two left.
Yeah, like
Okay.
it's almost time up anyways, but so glad you were able to hop on.
All right. Thank you. You have a great evening.
You too. Bye.
Bye-bye.